Hello, good morning. Welcome to this morning time taste challenge. Two silver rums, white rums, clear rums, whatever you want to call them, from the Caribbean islands. This is Don Q Cristal from Puerto Rico, introduced in 1978 by Destilería Serrallés, who started producing rum in 1865 in Puerto Rico. Don Q Cristal, age 1.5 to 5 years, meaning it's a blend of rums. The youngest, year and a half old in the oak barrels, and the oldest rum is 5 years old. Okay. A lot of these rums use ex-bourbon barrels. Ex-bourbon barrels. They don't have to. It has to be, usually they're oak barrels, if they're aged at all. Now, but this is. So they only started selling it in the United States in 2006. It's not like super popular, but some stores sell it, not in this town, but around New Orleans, you'll see it here and there. I guess Bacardi probably sells it 1,001 each day around here. But anyway, I got a great deal on it. $12, and it's certified kosher. I got it for $12.99. This big glass handle bottle. Glass, not plastic. At Dornak's food store. That's what it's called. Dornak's food store. This is liquid food. And then I went back and bought the gold for $12.99. It was too good of a deal to pass up. The regular price right now is $19.99. The competitor is not sold in this town either, but you can find it around New Orleans. I bought this at Ricky's liquor store, one of the few liquor stores you see in Louisiana, because most grocery stores sell liquor, so there's really no purpose for liquor stores. But I guess Ricky's and Discount Depot and Total Wine and More and Savannah Discount see that there is a market for a liquor store. And in Baton Rouge, well, that's a bad example, because Baton Rouge, they don't allow liquor sales in grocery stores or convenience stores, so they have liquor stores there. Okay, that's a different story. Okay, cream color with turquoise, orange, and it looks like a 1989 Ocean Pacific t-shirt logo. And that makes sense because this rum was introduced in 1989, and I've looked at some image searches, and it doesn't look like the label has been changed one bit since 1989, 33 years ago at the time of this recording. $6.99 for the liter. I bought the gold and the silver. $6.99 for the liter. Imported from the Caribbean islands, bottled by Wide World Importers, Frankfort, Kentucky. And we know Frankfort, Kentucky is what? Anyone? Buffalo Trace. We love to hear from our customers. In case you are wondering who is Worldwide Importers, it says Sazerac.com. Email info@Sazerac.com. 1-866-729-3722. That's your Sazerac phone number. If you call that number, and they're open right now, Ron Pontalba White, it'll say, they'll answer the phone, and they'll say, Buffalo Trace. When they answer the phone, they say Buffalo Trace. Let me update my title, Ron Pontalba White. Because, I mean, obviously I wouldn't do a taste challenge with a gold versus a white rum, but just to be clear, Ron Pontalba White. John and Neely says $6.99 for a liter. I'd be all over that. Yes, and I was. Mathern's had a tequila last month for $4.99 a liter. I'm not joking. I'm serious about that. $4.99 for a liter of El Paso. Well, there is an El Paso tequila, but this was El Toro. All right. Ron Pontalba introduced in 1989. Now there was a Sazerac rum back in the 1930s called Pontalba rum. Pontalba rum. All the beer, no idea. Message retracted. Uh-oh. Wish I could retract every message I've posted. Look. Did the Pontalba rum simply get renamed Ron Pontalba? Like they flipped the name around. Hey, Ron. Hi, Ron. That's a steal. Oh, thank you. It is a steal. I guess in British pounds, it would be like $5 for I'm sorry, 5 pounds for a liter, you know. All right. 5.50, 5.5 pounds 50, however they express that. And I had a guy, there's a friend of mine, or an acquaintance more like, but we are internet friends, you know what I mean? But he's from Yorkshire, England, and he came over here a number of times, and he said he could never figure out the money. He said, I never could figure out what I was spending. I said, well, it's a decimal system. It's by tens. It's easy to understand. But he said, I couldn't understand. I said, what's, you know, it's a decimal. Your base is $1. One. It's one. 10 of those is $10, right? 20 of them is $20. 50 of them is $50. 100 of those is $100. And they print $100 bills. They used to have $1,000 bills, but they stopped printing those. Then they divide the dollar into two pieces, right? Half a dollar is 50 cents, because 50 and 50 is 100. A quarter of a dollar is a $quarter, 25 cents. A tenth of a dollar is a dime. Dime meaning 10. 10 dimes makes $1. And then a 20th of a dollar is a nickel. 5 times 20 is 100. So you get nickels. 20 times 5 is $1. And then the 100th of a dollar is a penny. That's the smallest denomination, a penny. 100 pennies makes $1. $100 makes 100. Okay, so forth. So I don't know why it was so difficult. But anyhow, in Canada, they have dollars, but their dollars are lower value than ours. That must be bad because ours aren't worth much anymore. It takes like $1.65 in Canadian to make one American dollar. $7 is about $10 pounds. Isn't that backwards though? I think pounds are worth more than dollars. I think 10 pounds would be like $12. $12.30. No, it drops. So it's like $11.90. But anyway, that fluctuates daily, so can't worry about it. All right. Rum Pentaba, introduced in 1989, but it actually might go back further than that because, like I was saying, there was a Pontalba rum from Sazerac from the 1930s. I'm looking there on the internet image searches, Google, Yahoo, Bing, and they're showing old advertisements. Pontalba rum from the French Quarter. Oh, you know, it might have been distilled. It probably was just bottled in Louisiana, but it was probably from Kentucky or the West Indies back then. But that's my theory, that there was a Pontalba rum and they just renamed it Ron Pontalba in 1989, and they might have reformulated it, but you know, how difficult was that? I mean, it's white rum. I mean, I don't think it's too complicated, you know. Sazerac doesn't make their own rum anyway. They contract with people, so they never had their own. Let me retract that. They always contracted with people, but they just recently, in the last year and a half, started making their own rum in Kentucky, in Owensboro at Glenmore. So I keep forgetting about that. So a lot of the Sazerac rums you're getting now, they'll say Caribbean style. That's the tip-off. They're not Caribbean. Or it'll say West Indies style rum. And if you look carefully, it'll say distilled in Kentucky. So does it taste any different? Well, I couldn't tell you because I never had any of it yet. Do I plan on buying it? Yeah, I may as well. What the heck? All right. I got an even pour. Oh, there is literally a bug in here. A little tiny, like fly. Like microscopic. I don't know what that is. A moth or something. Okay. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. Got it the wrong way around. Okay, thank you. So if English people come to America, they actually earn money because every pound they trade in, they're going to get $1.19. And if we go to England, every dollar we trade in, we're going to lose. See, we're only going to get like 81 cents. We got a bad exchange rate. Now in Canada, it'd be a reverse. But it really wouldn't matter because in Canada, I might gain $1.65 for every dollar. But their prices are so sky high, I've actually lost just under £6 in the UK. Okay. Well, that can get confusing. But anyway, I want to make sure I don't drink the fly. Oh, I'm looking at it. I'm going to tip myself off because the Pentaba had the fly in it. Well, I'm going to have to be careful with this one, y'all. All right. I've been having some hard times with the Sazerac products. Don Cristal was too good to be true. I was getting it right every time getting it right. Don Cristal. I guessed that half the guesses were on aroma only. It was so distinct. Then I start bringing in the Sazerac controlled products. Got it wrong twice in a row now. Why? I don't really know. I think it's because Sazerac products are better than you would have believed for the price. You would think $6.99 a liter, that's going to be garbage, trash, filth. And Don Q, a major brand, is just going to decimate it, kill it. It'll be a massacre, but it hasn't been. And it's been a tricky thing. All right, let's go with aroma. Cheers. Smells light, just like fermented vegetative item, meaning sugarcane. It's nice. Am I picking up any oak barrel? Yeah, a little bit. It's not profound. Why would it be? They're using ex-bourbon barrels, and all that aroma and flavor is going to be washed out because it's been sucked up by the bourbon. But why waste the barrel? And it's going to work fine. Do you have to use bourbon barrels? Could you use let's say, Canadian whiskey barrels? Sherry barrels? Certainly you could. It would give it a different flavor and aroma, so you'd want to be careful so you didn't alter the aroma and flavor for your brand. Yeah, this smells pretty much the same. Fermented sugarcane. So on appearance, they're the same, clear. On aroma, they're the same, pungent. So it's a tough one. Now we got to go with taste. Hope that bug sank to the bottom. It looked like it was sinking. This one's pretty sweet. Sweet sugarcane, sugar juice. You know, sugarcane. They squeeze it in these big rollers. You couldn't squeeze it by hand. It's too thick, too strong, and it squeezed all the juice out. I've tasted sugarcane juice, and it tastes just like that. All right, let's go with the taste of it. It's too strong, you couldn't really use it. You could use it in food, but it's so concentrated, it wouldn't be like regular sugar. You could just use a little bitty bit. If you use, it would be unbearable. This food would be unbearably sweet. And it would taste like grass because, you got the sugarcane stalk. That's why they refine it. Well, this is kind of scary. They taste pretty much the same. All right. Yeah, the fly. A little microscopic one, but I can see it in there. How much does rum Pontalba cost? These days, yeah, it's pretty much the same. I know they sell it at Total Wine right there in Metairie. I know they sell it there because I saw it. I didn't buy it. I've got it already. I know the Don Q is $19.99. Well, let's check out the $19.99 converted to a liter. Let's see real fast. This is going to be a hell of a challenge. This one's stronger. It has a stronger and more depth of flavor, which is making me think it's Don Cristal. Don Q Cristal. But I thought that 2 times in a row now, and I got it wrong. $19.99 divided by 1750 times 1,000. 1142 a liter. $4.43 higher. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so let's say 450 more. Not noticing that. I'm sorry, I'm not. I know this is 1.5 to 5 years age, and the Pontalba is who knows how long, probably not long. No knock against Don Q, because I really like Don Q, and I would recommend buying it. It's a beautiful bottle, but of course you can't drink the bottle. What? No results for Ron Pontalba? That's right. I thought Total Wine sold it. Oh man, that's weird. Well, so much for that idea. But I know what it costs, because I know they still have it at Ricky's, and I think the price is still $6.99. And if it isn't much more than that. You know, even with the JB inflation, it can go up much. So, oh well. A gnat. Yeah. Maybe a gnat. Fly to me. Okay. I'm going to say this is the Don Q, and I think it's a little bit better, but I'm really not sure if it's even $4.32 better per liter bottle. I cannot get over this. That is the Pentaba. So only thing I'm finding out here is that the only thing I'm finding out is I can't tell them apart. Sazerac brands are confusing me. This damn fly. See that little speck? That was a living animal until it fell in the rum. All right. Well, 3 failures in a row. What can I say? I can't say much except I have had 3 failures in a row. Now, you say, well, maybe the Sazerac rums just taste a whole lot like Don Cristal. Don Q Cristal, yeah, apparently so. A whole lot like it, like this, exactly the same, but they're not the same. Well, John and Illy would say, yeah, but these white rums are all kind of similar. I mean, people use them for mixers and not really sitting down doing taste challenges. Yes, I agree with that. But the point is, how did I get it right like 7 times? It was more than that, like 9 times straight. If I go back and look at my archives, how did I get it right 9 times straight? Maybe it was 10 times. I got a lot of white rums. And 5 of those 10 times, I got it correct on aroma only. Now, here I am bringing in Sazerac products, and I'm losing every time, getting it wrong. I didn't suddenly forget how to taste rum. You say, well, maybe Buffalo Trace got some good rums out there, no matter how cheap they are. I think that you would probably be making the right assumption. Because they're all coming from Buffalo Trace. The guy on the phone told me that, unless they're coming from Glenmore. Now, they'll specifically say Glenmore, Owensboro, Kentucky. He said, but he says it's going to come from one of those 2 places. It's coming from Glenmore, or it's coming from Buffalo Trace. He said, Barton 1792. He said they mostly just dealing with brandy and bourbon over there. He says really he says really not that big of a facility. He says it's big, but it's tiny compared to the other two. And they really focusing on bourbon and brandy there. So he said, really, if you're getting these things, they're coming from Buffalo Trace. I said, well, a lot of them say Louisville. He said, that's an office. The guy I'm talking about, when I called him on the phone, he said, that's just an office. There's no production facility there. That's just where the headquarters of some of the operations are. He said, it's not, there's no production facility, just like New Orleans. He said, people call us all the time asking where can they take a tour of the Southern Comfort Distillery in New Orleans. He said, there is none. He said, they make a little bit of Southern Comfort at Sazerac House, but that's really just for tourists. The rest of it is coming right there from Buffalo Trace. I say, well, that's fine. Johnny Neely says, I do enjoy white rums, but yes, mostly they're used for mixers. Both of these would make some nice mojitos, I think. Smiling. Yeah, I think you're right. So which one would I choose? Well, I guess I'll go with the cheaper one since I couldn't tell them apart and they both taste good. So unbelievably, shockingly, stunningly, 3 in a row, Albertson's Silver Rum. The Skull Dry White Rum. And now the Ron Pontalba have beaten Don Q Cristal. I'd have bet $10 it would have not happened. But it did happen. Well, I'm glad I didn't bet. So the winner, the inconspicuous, mostly unknown Ron Pontalba, although people tell me it's popular in Texas. And I did notice that most of your Texas liquor stores like Specs, with their online, you know, you can look at their inventory online and tell you what stores carry it. They all have Ron Pontalba. Yes. So for whatever reason, in Texas, they're drinking it like madness. Liam Gillespie said, I found an unopened bottle of St. Ides malt liquor from 1991. Thinking about drinking it. I wouldn't do that. You can keep it as a display item to show people, but beer does not age like that. That would be the worst decision of the year for you. Don't do it. You're going to smell it. You're going to notice it's rancid when you open it anyhow. The shelf life for beer is a year or about. That's it. He said, what if it's an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels? That's 15%. Yeah, well, that's different. Okay, so that might be, like they say, can be aged 9 years or whatever. But my friend David, we did reviews of 5-6-year-old imperial stouts and barley wines. They did not taste good. I told him, I said, all you're doing is ruining your beer. We tried a 7-year-old, 2015 bottle. I said, it tastes old and it tastes stale and it's disgusting, honestly. I said, you're just ruining your products. You're leaving them in the museum, so-called, like I came up with the name, the museum. I said, but what have you gained? You're paying all this exorbitant money for beers and you're aging them and they're getting ruined. He said, well, you know, something like, well, don't tell me what to do. I said, I don't care what you do with your beer. I've told him that before. I said, you can keep the beer in there for 40 years if you want. Why would I care? I didn't pay for it. It's not being stored in my house, taking up my space. I said, and furthermore, I'm not even dying to drink it. I have drunk most of those products. Haven't had some of those Samuel Adams, you know, those special ones and all. I said, but you know, I know what beer tastes like. So I said, you know, do what you want. They don't make St. Ides anymore, though. It's discontinued. I think, no, they still make it. Still made it. They don't make St. Ides Gold. I bought a 6-pack of St. Ides Gold in 1996. Apparently, that was only made for the Olympics, the 96 Olympics. St. Ides Gold. When I saw that, I said, I bet you I'll never see this again. I just had a feeling. I said, I don't know, something about this. So I bought it, and I never did see it again. Some of those Bourbon County and Founder stuff ages really well, but a lot of stuff just doesn't. I'd have to agree. Yeah. And what we've been getting out the museum lately has been dogs. That DKML from 2017, it was nasty. I said, you done ruined the beer. I said, some beers, and really, frankly, most beers, they taste better fresh, hot, whatever, you know. I don't mean hot like they're sitting out. I mean, like they're high alcohol, so they taste hot like liquor, which I don't see why that's a bad thing. People complain about that. They'll be making videos. This beer's hot. And I'm thinking, what do you think it's going to be at 17%? You know what I'm saying? You think it's going to be like low ABV tasting like Busch Light? So some of that is just like ridiculous, you know. Like, it's bitter. It's so bitter. I said, well, yeah, it's an IPA. It's 90 IBUs. Yeah, it's bitter. But you know, you get it, you know how that goes. All right, I bought a pale ale in Baton Rouge. Come to find out, it was the first pale ale the company ever made. It was the first beer the company ever made. Rally Cap. First beer they ever made. And they've only been around 5 years, the company. But they make some pretty good stuff. Everything they make is not good. They make some dogs. You know, every company makes some duds. Look at Anheuser-Busch with Bud Light next. But no one says next. No, they don't want to drink it a second time. That's what I'm about to go record. Rally Cap's coriander. No, Rally Cap's pale ale, or whatever name they give it. Yeah, an aged malt liquor, craft or not, bad idea. I guess he was hoping for a nice barley wine effect. You might get that like in 2 or 3 years, but from 1991, 31 years, no. No, dump it out. And frankly, just don't open it. Just leave it. Oh, thank goodness the garbage is a day late. See those bottles back there where I'm pointing? Those are unopened Michelob bottles. Michelob beer, Michelob dry, and Michelob special dark. 2, 4, 6. I got 6 bottles unopened from 1996, and some are from 1998. Do you think I would drink those? That is an impossibility. No way I would ever dream of it. You can see where they're separating and it's turning into chunks. Lager beers are not supposed to have chunks. I was talking about the DKML you and David had. No, 1991, forget about it. Well, yeah, and even the DKML did not taste like barley wine after 5 years. It tastes like old, stale, gross beer. And I told him, I said, you're killing your beers. You're killing them. But once again, I don't care because, as you know, I didn't buy them. Okay. We did do a revisit of Breakfast Stout, but we had already done a duo review of Breakfast Stout, so I just deleted it because I mean we've had it so many times, and we're going to say the same thing every time. Oh, it's really good. You know, you ought to buy it. It's a low price. It's a great deal. It has such a chocolatey coffee flavor. It's the base for KBS Breakfast Stout. Boy, you should try it. It is so yummy. So I said, well, we don't need another Breakfast Stout from Founders video review, so I deleted it. But I can't say I get tired of drinking it. No, I don't get tired of drinking Breakfast Stout ever. All right, thanks for watching. And I'm going to come back on, my plan is to come back on Thursday with Sazerac's Caliber rum. Ain't no way. There is no way I'm going to get Caliber confused with Don Q. You say, why? You got 3 in a row confused. That's true. And I might get Cane Run confused. Cane Run tastes like these. It tastes just like these other Sazerac products. Are they putting the same rum in different bottles? I can't say that. But it sure tastes like they are, but I can't say that they are because I don't know their internal operations. But it is suspiciously identical in flavor. But okay. Caliber tastes like nothing I've ever tasted in my life. You want to taste unique? Go to Walmart and get Caliber. You might find it at some other stores, but mainly you find it at Walmart. But I did buy some at other stores. But oh man, what a unique rum. Tastes like strawberry shortcake. It's crazy. Thanks for watching. And then, oh, guess what's coming up? We're going to do Caliber. Then we're going to do Cane Run. Like I said, Cane Run could be the same instance here. It's a nice little rum, but it tastes like all the other Sazerac. But we got Tequila coming up next. Yes, Tequila. El Toro Premium. Now, something changed with El Toro, and you're going to find out what I'm talking about when I bring the videos up. Something changed with El Toro. Yes. Is it a big change? I don't know, because I have to do the blind tasting. Scoggett says, oh, you're in Texas. I once had a can of Old Milwaukee, which I bought when I went to visit my mom in Fresno. Kept it and opened it about 10 years later. When I poured it, it didn't even foam, laughing out loud. Yeah, it was so flat. I hope you didn't drink it. I know you didn't drink it. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care now.